Hey, I'm standing on our brand new pool canvas deck. Check it out. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how we ended up with this weird contraption netted thing that hangs off the backside of the pool, and go over the origins, why we decided to do it, the costs, and anyway. Well, before I start, let me go back over to the mainland over there onto the patio, and we'll continue this discussion. So the origin of this creation was really a semi made up problem. Every year from December to about February, there's only 2 or 3 hours each day where we get solid sun on the pool patio area. So Allie and I were thinking of different ways to have access to more sun and still plenty of shade areas here in the backyard around the pool. This past February, when my parents were in town, we took a sunset cruise on a catamaran out in the Bay of Zihuatanejo and in the Pacific Ocean. There's a popular and comfortable area at the front of the catamaran on what is called, I believe, the trampoline. It's the netted area up front. So we're hanging out on this trampoline, and after I've had a few beers that evening, I came up with this idea to do something like that catamaran trampoline here in the backyard. If we built something on the backside of the pool, then we'd have an area in the sun all day. The further from the house and the trees, the more sun you have. The idea is, as opposed to like a wood or a concrete deck, this netted trampoline style deck would create more of a hammock atmosphere, and you could come out of the pool and lounge directly on the canvas. Because our backyard is on such a steep slope, the backside of the pool is 3 meters above ground. So with the new canvas pool deck, you can look down at the ground 10 or 15 feet below you. It really creates a different and cool view compared to the patio on the other side, in addition to an extra comfortable lounge area. So this was originally going to be a 3-week job that took 8 weeks. That's pretty typical for most projects here in Zihuatanejo. But it was mostly a 2-man job throughout the project. As far as I know, this is a totally new idea. Not sure if there's anything like it here in Ziwa or even in Mexico, really. I can't at least find anything in town, or when I was searching online, find something similar to the idea that I originally came up with. And when you're creating a new idea and you don't have something already built to look at or use as a model, it can create some issues. You're basically coming up with a design from scratch, the materials you think that should be used, and the best way to get it constructed. For example, because it's a net, you can't have any support beams directly below or the net. The net's going to rest on top of the support beams, and it's not going to be comfortable at all. Then you need to find a way to connect the net to the support beams. The architect went through a couple options before we landed on the solution that we have now. As we went along, somehow the railings weren't included in the original plan, and we realized that that's probably a good idea when you're 3-4 meters off the ground. So we had to add those in. We're still working on the best way to pull yourself out of the water and onto the deck. I purchased a boat ladder on Amazon Mexico for about $30 US, and it works okay. Our plan is to add stairs down the back of the pool, so that should happen in another month or two, and that'll make it a little bit easier for people that don't want to swim up out of the pool and get onto the deck, where they can just walk down and climb up and get onto it and then jump into the pool. For the time being, it's a swim up pool dock. Okay, now the costs. The structure, as you see it right now, was about 57,000 pesos. At the current conversion rate, that's 3,400 US dollars. The stairs are probably going to cost us another 8 to 10,000 pesos. So that's maybe $500, $600 US. You have a great view of the backyard from the deck. Directly below the deck, we just built a new path. We paid another $350 US for the retainer wall for this path. And then Allie and myself, we did all of the labor and filling it in and then adding the stones and the gravel to create what it is now. It's a lot of fun seeing a rough sketch in my head turn into something real. I'm still trying to figure out how to install the water slide back here, but for the time being, we have lots of other projects in the works. All right, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Take care.